emotion in the courtroom.
That man took a life. My father.
As a drunk driver is sentenced in a crash that killed an Ottawa area father of 3 and occurred while the impaired driver's own 6-year-old was in the back seat. A Montreal man charged with second-degree murder in the death of his 9-year-old daughter.
He allegedly murdered Melina and left her body in a remote area where she was later discovered by law enforcement.
The child's body found in upstate New York where the father and daughter had been vacationing. And calls for more signage and better warnings.
We know to kind of stay away from that area.
As rescue teams are increasingly called to one problem area on the Ottawa River. Good evening. We begin tonight with anger and tears inside an Ottawa courtroom today as a driver was sentenced to 6 years in prison for a drunk driving crash that killed Hal Tierney. The father of 3 was hit and killed more than 2 years ago in Ottawa's South End. CTV's Caitlin Wilson was in court for us today and joins us live now with more. Caitlin.
Patricia, it was an incredibly emotional day inside court. Hal Tierney's family filled the benches, watching the man who killed their father, brother, and loved one finally sentenced. And as Max Breton was taken into custody, the pain they've carried for more than 2 years poured out into anger. After more than 2 years of waiting, the Tierney family watched as Max Breton learned his fate, sentenced to 6 years in prison minus time served for the drunk driving crash that killed Hal Tierney. Inside court, the family erupted into anger.
That man took a life. My father. I'm never going to move on from it. Never.
According to the agreed statement of facts, Breton had more than twice the legal alcohol limit in his system and was driving with his 6-year-old daughter in the truck when he crashed into Tierney's SUV on Fallowfield Road in February 2023. Tierney was trapped inside his vehicle and died of his injuries.
We just miss our dad and we just want the roads to be safer. And yeah, he was a great dad and we just love him and miss him.
In the hours leading up to the crash, court heard 2 drivers called 911 to report Breton swerving and running a stop sign. Officers later found beer cans inside and around his truck. Breton pleaded guilty to impaired driving, causing death in March. During his sentencing hearing earlier this month, he said, "It should have been me that died that day."
He was amazing, and he just brought us all together, and his kids are really going to miss him, and they need him.
The judge called it a miracle his daughter wasn't killed or injured, calling her presence in the truck a highly aggravating factor. And while she said Breton showed remorse and is committed to sobriety, she says the sentence falls at the higher end of similar cases.
When someone is drunk and they're driving and they have under their hands killed an innocent person, our sentences need to be longer.
Since the crash, members of Tierney's family have been volunteering with MAD, pushing for tougher penalties in cases like this.
If you read the criminal code chapter and verse, it could be life. But the chances of that ever happening for impaired driving at the present time it's non-existent.
And as Breton was taken into custody, emotions boiled over. Family members shouting, "You completely destroyed our lives."
It's not enough time. Our dad was taken from us.
Breton also faces an 8-year driving ban and a non-communication order with Tierney's family. His lawyer declined to comment. But for the family, the sentence is already permanent, a lifetime of grief. Patricia?
CTV's Caitlin Wilson reporting live for us tonight. Thank you. And you can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to link to us online or visit ctvnewsottawa.ca. We have more details on the sentencing of Max Breton and reaction from the courtroom. You can download the CTV News app right now. Just scan the QR code on your screen using your smartphone. Well, an investigation that began into the alleged abduction of a 9-year-old Montreal girl in upstate New York has ended in murder charges. The girl's father arrested in New York State after the girl was found dead over the weekend. CTV's Austin Lee is following this story for us and joins us live tonight. Austin.
And Patricia, Melina Fratolin was first reported missing near Lake George, New York on Saturday night. Today, her father was charged with second-degree murder in her death. Fratolin lived with her mother full-time in Montreal. She was in upstate New York on vacation with her father in the days leading up to the incident. Officials say the father and daughter legally entered the United States for vacation on July 11th, and they visited a number of locations in New York and in Connecticut. Police say the father had reported Melina missing Saturday night by a possible abduction, and Her body was found on Sunday.
The investigation has determined sometime after Melina's phone call with her mother and before Monsieur Fratolin's 911 call, he allegedly murdered Melina and left her body in a remote area where she was later discovered by law enforcement.
The father, 45-year-old Luciano Fratolin, is in custody. Melina's cause of death is pending an autopsy. Police say Melina's mother, who lives in Montreal, has had sole custody of her daughter since the couple became estranged back in 2019. Patricia.
CTV's Austin Lee reporting live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, a 14-year-old boy charged in connection with the fatal stabbing of a senior last week made a quick court appearance today. 71-year-old Shanaz Bastonji was loading groceries into her car when she was fatally stabbed at a commercial plaza in Toronto. Police have previously described the attack as unprovoked and say the suspect fled the area. The teenage suspect, who can no longer be named under the Youth Criminal Justice Act, is charged with second-degree murder. More than 50,000 unionized Canada Post workers have started casting their votes on the latest contract offer. It comes after months of contentious negotiations and at a time when many Canadians are debating just how much they use the service. CTV's Katie Griffin is here with more on this. Katie.
Patricia, the union is urging its members to vote against this latest offer, which Canada Post says is its best and final. Canada Post and the Canadian Union of Postal Workers have been locked in a stalemate for more than a year and a half. The Federal Minister of Jobs directed the Canada Industrial Relations Board to conduct the vote because it's in the public interest. The offer includes wage hikes of 13% over 4 years, but also adds part-time workers, something CUPW is concerned about.
We just want to have decent jobs that we're able to support our families and retire with dignity. Canada Post wants to create a gigafied economy with a lot of gigafied part-time workers.
We've tried to make moves forward so that we could start to address the challenges we face and deliver 7 days a week in terms of parcels so that we could compete in the parcel e-commerce business.
New data from the Canadian Federation of Independent Business finds that another postal strike could push 63% of businesses to stop using Canada Post permanently. It estimates the strike last year cost small businesses between $75 and $100 million a day. Canada Post says its operating losses amounted to about $10 million a day in June. It wouldn't speculate about what would happen if employees reject this offer, other than to say the uncertainty will continue. Voting is open until August 1st. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Katie Griffin live for us tonight. Thank you.
Welcome.
Still ahead, it's much cooler today, but a water shortage triggered by the recent heat wave still has people in one eastern Ontario town being asked to avoid washing their cars or watering the lawn. That story coming up. Well, taking a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, it is indeed cooler today. We're at 20 degrees out there right now. We never quite got to our forecast high of 22. We hit 21 at 4 o'clock this afternoon. It will be warmer tomorrow. We have a few clouds this evening. For your Tuesday, mainly sunny and a few degrees warmer than what we saw today. Warmer still on Wednesday as that sunshine will continue. At 8 p.m. tonight, we'll lose a degree, 19 degrees. You'll wake up to 13 after a pretty cool night. Some sunshine, though, for your morning. 21 at the noon hour, and by 4 p.m. tomorrow, we should be up to 24 degrees. We have really no chance of precipitation over the last couple of days, which is a lovely way for you to plan your activities. Right now in the capital, it is room temperature, 20 degrees, and mainly sunny. Well, there are calls for better signage leading up to the Deschenes Rapids because of an increase in the number of calls this summer for rescue services. The rapids sit just east of Britannia Beach and the Yacht Club, and fire crews say many people going out don't know the rapids are there and they get caught up in it inadvertently. CTV's Kimberly Johnson is in the studio after spending the day speaking with people out there on the water. Kimberly?
Patricia, we're only in July and fire crews say that there have been almost as many rescue calls this summer already at the rapids than the entirety of last summer. And the city says it's taking steps to help educate people, hoping to prevent tragedy.
Rushing water and dangerous rocks, the Deschenes Rapids are the scene of an increase in call for rescue this summer. Robin McSheffrey likes to kite surf at nearby Britannia Beach, but makes sure to steer clear of the rapids.
All the kiteboarders are pretty informed about it. We know to kind of stay away from that area. To basically turn around when you start getting even close.
But says the general public may not.
But obviously I've seen what's happened, over the past couple of weeks, that a lot of people have ended up there. So I assume that there are a lot of people that still don't know about it.
Ottawa Fire says they've seen a stark increase in the number of calls for rescue to the rapids. So far this season, they've responded to 13 rescue calls compared to 15 in total last summer.
It's a high number for already being just past July 20th. That's a high number. What we're seeing the most this year is rescues off paddleboards.
Last year, there was one fatality. New updated water safety signage, warning of strong currents and possible dangerous conditions, has gone up near Britannia Beach. The area's councillor says there are plans to put up warnings about the rapids as well.
We got to let people know that the rapids are just up ahead and that they're very dangerous.
She also says the nearby Britannia Yacht Club could be posting their own signage.
We had a meeting with them along with fire, paramedic and police, as well as a city representative for the beaches. So we're working together. So that is very helpful.
Raising a flag at City Hall marks the start of Drowning Prevention Week. Fire officials say many people don't know the rapids are there, or they get too close and can't turn back.
The water levels are extremely high for this time of year. Normally it would be significantly lower.
Ms. Sheffrey agrees more education is a good idea.
More signage might be good, maybe one here or something off to the side.
Drowning Prevention Week is put on by the Life Saving Society. Representatives suggest that if you are thinking about paddleboarding, to do it in a calmer body of water like a lake, because moving ones can be unpredictable. They also say you should always wear a good-fitting life jacket and know the weather conditions to be safe. Patricia?
And more novice paddleboarders out there as well. Kimberly, thank you for this. CTV's Kimberly Johnson live for us tonight. And it was a deadly weekend on Eastern Ontario waterways. A 20-year-old Ottawa man drowned in the St. Lawrence River near Gananoque. Ontario Provincial Police say an individual fell out of a stationary boat shortly after 6:30 p.m. on Saturday. He was found in the water several minutes later, but was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say the man was not wearing a life jacket. A 51-year-old Toronto man died on East Lake near Belleville on Saturday. Police responded to a call on County Road 18 for reports of a possible drowning. The victim was pronounced dead in hospital, and the search resumed today for an individual missing on East Lake near County Road 11. Police say a group of people in 2 canoes decided to go swimming and could not get back to their boats. One person made it to shore, and a bystander rescued 2 others from the water. The final person could not be located and remains missing. Well, more than 5 million pools sold between Canada and the U.S. have been recalled after reports of 9 deaths. The recall points to the compression straps on the side of these pools, which could make a foothold for small children to access the water unattended. The recall covers a range of Polygroup, Intex Recreation and Best Way pools that were sold as far back as 2022. Well, Canada's premiers and territorial leaders are in Ontario's cottage country tonight for talks on trade, tariffs, and teamwork. CTV's Rachel Aiello says the meeting comes as time runs out to finalize a trade deal.
Well, first of all, I want to welcome everyone.
Premiers today kicked off the annual Summer Council of the Federation meeting at a critical time for the country.
Right now, our economy in all Canada suffers because of the uncertainty.
Facing intensifying tariff pressure from the U.S. and a looming deadline to reach a new trade deal, premiers have come to cottage country to work together to find ways to drive Canadian prosperity.
How are you doing, Premier? I'm feeling fantastic.
Ontario Premier Doug Ford is hosting the 3-day meeting and started it off calling for a revived Buy Canadian push in every province and territory.
Start buying Canadian-made everything. We are an economic powerhouse, and we don't have to take a backseat to anyone.
Beyond buying local, premiers say Canada needs to build. And so today, they met with Indigenous leaders to talk about moving major new nation-building energy and infrastructure projects forward, an effort to find a way to get to a yes faster, while still ensuring First Nations leaders are consulted.
It's time now in 2025 that First Nations are at the table and that we have a bigger seat in this country.
Provincial and territorial leaders are also aiming to advance internal trade pacts while here, carrying on with work they've been doing this year to break down domestic barriers and find new markets.
These are all steps. They're steps in the right direction. We need to have free and open trade between our provinces. We need to have free and open trade on our continent with the U.S. and Mexico.
Tonight, premiers will be having dinner at Ford's nearby family cottage, a private planning session ahead of a big meeting with Prime Minister Mark Carney tomorrow. Rachel Aiello, CTV News, Huntsville, Ontario.
Well, ahead of Prime Minister Mark Carney's meeting with the premiers, he met with U.S. senators today on Parliament Hill. A group of bipartisan American senators are in Ottawa ahead of that August 1st deadline to reach a trade agreement. The delegation said their aim is to signal congressional support for a resolution to the ongoing trade dispute.
Democrats, Republicans, here to talk about making sure that in the days ahead we build on a productive economy for Canada and the United States. And we are bridge builders, not people who throw wrenches.
This visit is as much of an effort to ensure that there is a recognition that this trust, this relationship that we have had between our two countries is solid, despite the complicated world that we're navigating right now.
Canada and the U.S. resumed trade talks after the federal government agreed to drop its digital services tax last month. The Prime Minister has since warned even a negotiated deal is likely to see some sort of tariffs still attached. Automaker Stellantis is predicting a record net loss, and it says it's due to the U.S. tariffs.
This is a great example of a North American producer that produces in Canada and the U.S. that's being hurt by the tariffs. And we really need to get the message across that tariffs hurt the economies of both sides of the border.
The automaker is reporting a preliminary estimated loss of $2.7 billion U.S. due to the tariffs and the weakening demand in its European market. The CEO is promising a gradual and sustainable improvement in the second half of the year. U.S. President Donald Trump is threatening to hold up a stadium deal if the Washington Commanders do not switch back to their original name. Trump said the NFL team would be, quote, much more valuable if it restored its old name. In the same post, he also said the Cleveland Guardians should revert back to their original name. Commanders dropped the old name and logo back in 2020. Well, the cleanup and stage teardown is underway at LeBreton Flats after 9 nights of music during Ottawa Bluesfest. Canadian DJ and producer Kay Trinata closed out the festival last night. The festival included performances from Lainey Wilson, Shania Twain, Green Day, Def Leppard, and Sean Paul. Organizers say Mother Nature cooperated for the most part during the festival.
So amazing crowds, great performances, and just a great final day to wrap it up. The volunteers are the backbone of the organization. There's over 2,000 volunteers, but it's so many different people who also have been working here.
And organizers say more than 250,000 people attended concerts at LeBreton Flats. Well, you will be able to buy some famous Golden Palace egg rolls at Farm Boy locations in Ottawa this summer. The grocer says Golden Palace restaurant will be popping up at several locations for a series of exclusive events until September. The next event is Saturday at the Farm Boy at Train Yards. For more information, you can visit the Farm Boy Facebook page.
Generally, just try and conserve water. So when they let us know, we turn off all the sprinklers.
Well, a plea to conserve water in Carleton Place during a hot and humid summer. Details on why the taps have been turned to a trickle just ahead. And here's a live look now through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We are at 20 degrees right now in Ottawa. Taking a look at the roads on your Monday drive home. Well, it is sunny and bright out there. The traffic, not terrible, volume reduced through these summer weeks. Of course, the counter to that is the construction that's right down the middle of the Queensway and will continue through the remainder of the summer. Well, the town of Carleton Place is at risk of running out of water. They're approaching a full week since residents were asked to be cognizant of their outdoor water usage, from watering their lawns, driveways, and cars. The municipality says the water system is at risk in the event of an emergency. CTV's Camille Wilson has the story.
Ken Van Ray rolling up the hose, doing what he can to limit his water usage.
Generally, just try and conserve water. So when they let us know, we turn off all the sprinklers.
Carleton Place urging residents to refrain their outdoor water consumption to ensure the town has enough water in case of an emergency. Watering lawns, washing cars, hosing down sidewalks and driveways limited until September 30th, especially in July when the temperatures warm up and residents engage in more outdoor watering. Residents say this is a reoccurring issue.
It's basically how it's been for my entire life. I've lived in Carleton Place my whole life. It's been kind of a thing that just is a fact of life here.
The town color-coded water demand status is currently in the red category at its limit. The dirt is dry and the grass is coarse. The municipality says that they are doing their part in restricting its own water use and not watering municipal lawns and gardens. Toby Randall, mayor of Carleton Place, says in a Facebook post, the reason for the request is because strain on the system endangers the ability of our fire department to potentially fight fires due to lack of water pressure in our system. Guy Legault, trimming his shrubs, refraining from watering them, says even the town's Mississippi River is feeling the effects.
The river's been the lowest we've ever seen, and the rocks are all sticking through. If you go down to one of the 2 or 3 bridges we have, you'll see that all of the stones are protruding and there's hardly any water flowing there.
However, the municipality says watering using a hand nozzle or watering can is permitted.
We go around with a little watering bucket and do our flowers, but as for the lawns, you can't water.
Camille Wilson, CTV News.
Well, it was a sunny day in Ottawa today, but it did not feel like the middle of July. The temperature warming up to 21 degrees today, several degrees cooler than what is typical for this time of year. Environment Canada is warning, though, those hot and humid conditions, whether you like them or hate them, will be back on Thursday. As we take a full look at our forecast, and it's mostly clear skies out there. This is really pleasant conditions for the people that were not liking that humidity. A nice break through the day and into the overnight hours as well. We're going to get nice sleeping weather tonight as we take a look at your cross-Canada picture. St. John's seeing 16 degrees today. A cool day in Charlottetown as well at 14 degrees. Halifax a little warmer, 16, with some mixed conditions there as we move into Quebec and Ontario. Toronto a little warmer than us today, 23 degrees, as is Windsor, both of them getting the lovely sunshine, quite a bit of that in the province of Ontario. Out on the prairies, some mixed conditions there, 26 degrees for you in Winnipeg. Regina seeing 20 with a mix of sun and cloud. A cool day in Calgary and Edmonton, 17 degrees with some unsettled conditions in Calgary, just 15 the high in Edmonton. Vancouver, 21 degrees in the sunshine. As we take a look at these overnight lows tonight, so yes, dipping down into pretty cool territory for you. Right here in Ottawa, we'll see 10 degrees. It's going to be a titch colder in Cornwall, into single digits there, 9, as well as in Pembroke, 9 degrees. Bancroft just 7 degrees overnight. Elsewhere, we're seeing a couple of lucky 13s on the board. 9 in Petawawa, 10 in Maniwaki, just 8 in Mont-Tremblant, 11 in Kemptville, a little warmer in Montreal. And then as we take a look at these highs tomorrow, it will be another really pleasant day, slightly warmer than what we saw today, but still not crazy hot. 24 right here in Ottawa and in Cornwall, a little warmer in Brockville at 25 degrees. Bancroft the same. Otherwise, around our region, we're seeing a lot of 24 degrees. It's going to be mostly sunny, just a little bit of cloud for you and very little chance of any significant precipitation at all. So really, really lovely summery day to get out and do whatever you have on the go. And our 7-day forecast is brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business. Wednesday is another nice day for you as well, but a little warmer depending on what you like out there. I love that it's warming up again. 27 in the sunshine on Wednesday. Then Thursday and Friday, we'll see 30 degrees both days, but a pretty good chance we'll see some shower activity. And look at those overnight lows getting back into the territory that we saw as a daytime high for today. Some unsettled weather into the weekend as well as we take an early look at Saturday and Sunday. Well, Malcolm Jamal Warner, known for his role on The Cosby Show, has died at the age of 54 in a drowning accident.
Help yourself at home and get the peanut butter's there and the celery's in the kitchen. Just don't leave.
Warner rose to fame as a child star, playing Theo Huxtable in the hit sitcom from 1984 to 1992. He'd also appear in the TV series Malcolm and Eddie. Read between the lines and the film Fool's Gold.
The running back, handing off to him, 3-2-1, touchdown, Ticats. The short yardage quarterback.
Coming up, the Tiger Cats made it look easy against the Red Blacks last night as the woes continue for Ottawa's football team.
Tonight, the death of Malcolm Jamal Warner, the beloved star of The Cosby Show.
This your brother?
No, he's my boyfriend. The accidental tragedy that unfolded during a family trip. Later on CTV National News.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, CTV Morning Live, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Well, dramatic video to show you of a stunning incident on board a Quebec ferry. It's the frantic moments after a Tesla fell off the boat with a 67-year-old man inside. CTV's Stéphane Giroux has more on how things went from bad to worse.
Hey!
The Tesla fell in the water while getting off the ferry. Someone suggested lowering the ramp to push the car on dry land. It didn't go well.
No! Hey! Stop! Mike, give me your hand.
Seconds later, the car drifts away with the current. The driver escapes, but the current is too strong.
Mike! Mike, come here. Go straight left. Right.
Someone throws a lifebuoy, but it doesn't reach the man, so a ferry employee decides to dive in to save him. In what felt like an eternity, the motorist was pulled to safety by the ferry crew, while the rescuer safely swam back to the shore. The car was eventually retrieved, though it's now a total loss. People we've spoken to say they've never seen or heard of an incident before involving this ferry. It was back in operation this weekend, and the Transport Safety Board is now investigating what went wrong. The ferry's operator was not available for comments, but local users of the ferry say they don't fear for their safety.
I'm absolutely concerned about safety. That being said, I've been crossing here for a couple of years now, never seen any accident, and I believe people are operating properly the traverse here.
Anything you do has a risk, okay? And hopefully this won't happen again in the near future.
Neither the driver nor rescuer were injured in the incident, but the investigation is expected to reveal if this could have been prevented. Stéphane Giroux, CTV News in Laval.
Well, in tonight's big picture, America's oldest roadside attraction is now 144 years old. This is Lucy the Elephant, located in Margate, New Jersey. Organizers threw a birthday party for the beloved 6-story landmark with food, rides, and games. Lucy was built in 1882 to promote real estate sales and to attract sales to the area. Well, now some other stories you need to know right now. The Ottawa Red Blacks are heading into a bye week on a losing note.
The running back, handing off to him, 3-2-1, touchdown, Ticats.
The Hamilton Tiger Cats defeating the Red Blacks 30-15 last night at TD Place. Red Blacks kicker Lewis Ward accounting for all of the points for Ottawa with 5 field goals. Ottawa also lost their starting quarterback, Drew Brown, to injury in this one as they fall to 1-5 on the season. They are now off until July 31st when they host the Calgary Stampeders.
Both scoring back-to-back.
Here's Moore for 3, and Isaiah Moore with 28 points
has Ottawa 2 points away from victory. Timeout, Edmonton.
The Ottawa Blackjacks look to get back to 500 tonight as they host the Brampton Honey Badgers at TD Place. The Blackjacks beat Brampton 89-76 earlier this season. Tip-off is at 7:30.
Finish it!
Aspiring soccer players had a chance to train with the pros in Ottawa today. Atletico Ottawa hosting its first week of free-to-play soccer camps under the club's Atleti Equal Access Initiative. Children attending the camps at Carleton Recreation Centre and Alexander Community Centre are receiving free soccer training all week. Well, it's officially last call at the beer store in the Glebe. The retailer closed the beer store location at 900 Bank Street near Lansdowne Park on Sunday. The beer store has been closing locations across Ontario as part of a modernization of its operations. The Manotick beer store will close in August, while the beer store at the Elmville Acres Shopping Centre will close September 14th. The calendar still says summer, but pumpkin spice season is fast approaching. Starbucks announcing today that its pumpkin spice latte will return to menus on August 26th. The pumpkin spice latte is Starbucks' most popular seasonal beverage, with hundreds of millions sold since the drink's launch back in 2003.
The consequences of a whereabouts violation range from a period of eligibility from 2 years down to 1 year.
Canadian swimming star Penny Oleksiak is swimming in rough waters tonight. What it means for the Olympic gold medalist. Canadian swimming sensation star Penny Oleksiak is currently facing some rough waters. The Olympic gold medalist has been notified that she broke international anti-doping rules. To be clear, Oleksiak has not tested positive for a banned substance, but a failure to report has forced her to accept a suspension. CTV's Sean Leathon has more.
Penny Oleksiak has accepted a voluntary suspension for a whereabouts failure with the International Testing Agency.
It's a fundamental component of the anti-doping program, and therefore the seriousness of a whereabouts violation is not significantly different than a presence violation or any of the other violations that exist.
A whereabouts failure is not a failed test. The World Anti-Doping Agency defines it as any combination of 3 missed tests or filing failures in a 12-month period. Athletes who are in the registered testing pool are expected to follow strict guidelines from the World Anti-Doping Agency to allow for testing at any time. Athletes must provide address and contact information, regular activities such as training, work, and school, competition schedules, and a 60-minute time slot for each day where they'll be available and accessible for testing.
And the consequences of a whereabouts violation range from a period of eligibility from 2 years down to 1 year.
The 25-year-old Toronto native will have the opportunity to explain the whereabouts failures. Oleksiak withdrew from the World Aquatic Championships in early July. In a statement, she said, in part, "I want to emphasize that this whereabouts case does not involve any banned substance. It's about whether I updated my information correctly, and I am and always have been a clean athlete and will be making no further comment at this time."
I don't know if necessarily Canadians know how invasive WADA protocols are and how easily a whereabouts violation could theoretically occur.
Taylor McKee with the Sport Management Program at Brock University says there are plenty of opportunities for error in situations like this.
You have to provide your whereabouts every single day for 3 months at a time. And you have to give them an hour every single day, a time slot that they could theoretically come and test you during that period.
He says of the over 800 whereabouts failures in the past year, 313 were dismissed after explanation. McKee says it's rare for an athlete of Oleksiak's stature to have an infraction like this. Swimming Canada said in a statement, "We support her decision and believe she is a clean athlete who made an administrative mistake."
Sean Leathong, CTV News.
Well, Canadian stocks traded just high of a record high today, just shy rather, as bank stocks soared. BNN Bloomberg's Andrew Bell brings us the latest in business.
Hello there. Toronto's composite stock index ended today slightly higher at just over 27,300, only just down from last Thursday's record high close, as banks, including CIBC and Bank of Montreal, hit record highs. Toronto was also pushed higher by gold miners as bullion hit its highest in a month, amid fears that tariffs will keep inflation high and make interest rate cuts less likely. South of the border, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ composite stock indexes hit records as investors wager that strong corporate earnings will prop up stocks. Tesla and Google parent Alphabet both report on Wednesday. The Canadian dollar traded at 73.07 US cents, up about 1/5 of a cent. West Texas Intermediate oil was at $65.95, down 10 cents. Our latest fix on Western Canadian Select oil has it at $53.39, down $1.28. And the TSX Composite ended at 27,317.0, up just under 3 points. That's the latest in business. I'm Andrew Bell of B&M Bloomberg.
A century-old piano takes center stage at one of Canada's historic churches. Officials hope it will play the right notes to support a restoration project. Researchers at the Ottawa Hospital have received more than $7 million in funding for 10 cutting-edge health research projects. The funding from the Canadian Institute of Health Research will fund projects looking at neuroscience, liver disease, ovarian cancer, maternal and infant health, and breast cancer. Well, water safety was top of mind at a Toronto beach today, where the Life Saving Society of Ontario was offering some key tips to prevent drowning. It comes during the start of National Drowning Prevention Week. CTV's health reporter Pauline Chan has more.
We don't want to immediately jump into the water and help them, because that's going to put ourselves into danger too. So grabbing something that floats nearby, encouraging them to come in is obviously what we want to do. We want to reach and throw, but we don't want to go.
One key safety tip to keep beachgoers safe this summer. The Life Saving Society of Ontario was at Kew Beach to mark National Drowning Prevention Week. Stephanie Bacalar says the vast majority of drownings occur in bodies of water.
This is because of temperature, waves, currents. You've got drop-offs. It's unpredictable in the water.
In Ontario, 100% of drownings of children under age 5 occurred when supervision was absent or distracted.
Last year in Ontario, there were 39 drownings. So far this year, as of July 8th, there have been 40 drownings in Ontario.
The City of Toronto has 140 lifeguards at 10 swimming beaches.
They're all national lifeguard certified, and they work every day during the summer from 10:30 a.m. until 7:30 p.m., keeping swimmers safe and educating the public about safety. Each lifeguard tower also indicates the water conditions. So if you see a green flag, it means it's safe to swim. Lifeguards are on duty. If you see a yellow flag, it means that you need to proceed with caution. Water conditions may be a bit choppy. And if you see a red flag, please do not enter the water.
There was also demonstrations of how to properly fit a life jacket or a personal flotation device.
Really important with life jackets that they are zipped and they are clipped and they are very snug. If your life jacket is riding up over the ears, it is too big.
Plus reminders for sun protection to make sure everyone can enjoy summer swimming in safety. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
A beauty of a piano, a century old, has taken center stage at Montreal's Notre Dame Basilica. It's all part of fundraising efforts to pay for a remarkable restoration project. Here's CTV's Geneviève Beauchemin.
Notes as divine as the historic chapel of the Notre Dame Basilica in which they play rise from this century-old piano. A once famed but now closed Parisian manufacturer Gaveau fabricated the instrument. And experienced piano restorer Daniel Farah bought it from an estate in 2008.
You looked at it and you thought, this is valuable?
Well, first I said it's a wreck. But I could see it was a great design. It was a wonderful design. This is a 200-year soundboard.
Farah spent countless hours. Well, actually, he stopped counting at 800, meticulously restoring the keys, the strings, the cracked wood. His aim was to respect the piano's history while bringing it into a new era.
This one will surprise you sometime because it's that impressionist period, you know. It was so fantastic.
A sponsored donation put the piano into the hands of the Notre Dame Foundation. It's raising money to restore the Basilica, this masterpiece of Gothic revival architecture inspired by Notre Dame de Paris. But the Basilica was beginning to crumble. The work to fix the towers, the facades began 5 years ago and is expected to take another 5.
The expertise for that is pretty hard to find. There are fewer people who work as a mason.
Proceeds from a series of concerts in the chapel will go to that cause, including one that has on the program jazz music from cinema.
It's not church music.
No, it's not, and it's pretty new that we're able to feature jazz music here. Before, the other reverends were not into that modern music, I would say.
Modern music from an old piano, writing a new chapter in the history of this basilica. Geneviève Beauchemin, CTV News, Montreal.
How we're going to do that is we're going to use our cameras and put some of you on the big screen.
Well, coming up, Coldplay concerts now come with a warning after a viral snuggle. And taking a look at your 7-day forecast, we have 24 degrees tomorrow, sunshine on Wednesday, 27 degrees, and then warmer to end the week with some unsettled weather into the weekend. As we take a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, it was a cool day in the capital. It is 20 degrees out there right now. Never quite got to our forecast high of 22 today. We have some ideal sleeping weather overnight. We'll have more detail coming up after the break.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Boll.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, the #1 Ford EV dealer in Ontario.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Here's what's on CTV tonight. E-Talk, The Big Bang Theory, American Ninja Warrior, and The Rookie. Here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
That man took a life. My father.
An emotional day in an Ottawa courtroom as a driver was sentenced to 6 years in prison for a crash that killed the father of 3. The family erupting into anger as Max Breton was taken into custody.
The yacht club is very much interested in helping out, and they're talking about putting up their own signage because they're right there.
The City of Ottawa is looking to install warning signs along the Ottawa River at the Deschenes Rapids this summer. Ottawa fire crews have already responded to 13 calls for rescues so far this year.
We're looking forward actually to meeting with the premiers on a number of topics. I think Prime Minister Carney is coming as well, and it will be good for us to have a discussion.
Canada's premiers are gathering in cottage country for discussions on a variety of topics, including trade and tariffs. They will meet with the Prime Minister tomorrow. Taking a final look at the forecast, it was a cool Monday to start your week, but we are going to see lots of sunshine and things will slowly warm up over the next couple of days. You're going to wake up to 13 degrees after a cool night, and we will warm that right up to 24. Mostly sunny. That sun continues to shine on us on Wednesday. It will be warmer still, 27 degrees for the high. Then we have a couple of 30-degree days to end the week with about a 40 to 60% chance of showers. Both days a little unsettled into the weekend as well as those warmer temperatures stick around. Well, time now to check in to see what our news team will be working on for tonight. Austin is here looking at the 11:30.
Yeah, thanks, Patricia. An interesting one to share tonight. We'll have the story of how a group of divers helped to solve a cold case in Laval, the nonprofit group giving the family of a man who was reported missing nearly 40 years ago a sense of closure. The group is called Exploring with a Mission, and they gathered as much information about this cold case as they could before using sonar to locate the man's submerged vehicle. So we'll have those details tonight, and we'll share that story. Of course, you can get the news anytime, anywhere at ctvnewsottawa.ca, and join me tonight for CTV News at 11:30.
We'll do that for sure. Finally for us tonight, I know you, a lot of people, tired of talking about Coldplay, but we kind of got to talk about this because this is Coldplay sort of talking about the incident that has gone so viral, giving fans a kiss cam warning now at their shows following that crazy viral moment last week.
We'd like to say hello to some of you in the crowd. How put some of you on the big screen.
Frontman Chris Martin making the speech during the Jumbotron song at their show Saturday night in Madison, Wisconsin. The warning came during Coldplay's first concert since that moment last week when two people were captured in an embrace. So he referred to it without really referring to it, kind of letting people know you might be on a big screen. And of course, that moment went viral with people saying the man was married, the two were hiding. There's been all kinds of other information out there, right or wrong, on social media, and a lot of people reenacting it too, which happened at the Red Blacks game last night.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, you can see that on the Jumbotron. Everyone hiding their face as soon as they went up. It's kind of fun to see.
You were there.
I
you
was.
didn't mind people spotting you there.
Yeah, no.
With a buddy. You were
I got
okay.
nothing to hide. Yeah.
Have a great night, everyone.